broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey, do you hear that little TLC beat in the background there? What's good, AfterBuzzers? You are watching The Voice After Show on AfterBuzz TV. I am your host tonight. Just for the night, though, of course, you're going to be missing Jason and Christian Rosenberg, but they send their love and they miss you. However, you can follow me on Twitter at Stephanie Giorgi, and don't forget to subscribe to our page below and find us on SoundCloud, iTunes. Rate us 5 stars. Let us know what you think so that we can bring you more. Today I will be hosting with the one and only.
Hey, the one and only, the butt, and the rest of that butt. Stephen Helmkamp. Welcome everyone to The Voice Recap Show. You can find me at Stephen Helmkamp on Instagram and Twitter. That is Zendaya featuring C Breezy, something new for our little intro song, Hot New Track.
Steven likes to introduce me to new music every week, and guess what? I was feeling this one too, because last week we had a little bit of Zayn with the remix of Usher and Chris Brown.
Back to Sleep,
Super
the remix. Cool. DJ at Stephen Helmkamp coming to you soon.
What? Anyway, so today we're going to be recapping the 3rd episode of The Voice. And I was actually really happy about it because last week on Tuesday, I was kind of feeling it, not so much. We're not going to recap it today, unfortunately, because we have to go through all of these people today.
Got a lot.
Starting with our 24-year-old from Lincoln, Nebraska. Her name is Hannah Houston, singing Unaware. What did you think?
She was good. I think she auditioned for the Omaha auditions, came back. I thought she was great. Top note, right out of the gate, was really good. Last moment where she got all 3 coaches or 3 of the coaches to turn on that last note. Fantastic. Had some high notes, some really nice raspiness.
Yes.
Was kind of surprised she picked Pharrell though.
I was surprised too, only because of what she was leaning towards, which I felt like was Blake.
More Blake.
However, I'm happy that she went with Pharrell. I was happy with her voice. I was thinking that normally when I hear a strong voice like this one, and she has like that deep tone that I really like, there was something about it that was different. Like she was bringing me more, and I was like, damn, I could feel you on anything else. But she was smart. I think that with Pharrell will be able to know what she's to do with that voice. She was great. She was pretty good.
I kind of like it too. Whenever you hear someone's voice, and you're like, oh, that's so Adam, or that's Christina. I like when the contestant goes a different route for a coach, just because it just mixes it up a little bit, and I think it's more of a challenge for the coach and the artist to see what that coach can get out of them.
I'm not necessarily surprised that she chose Pharrell. I was just thinking she was going to lean towards Blake only because of the way that she was acting.
Yeah.
But it's okay that she did Pharrell. So anyways, Hannah went with Pharrell. Next we have Brian Nhira. I can't remember it. He's from Zimbabwe, Africa. He's 23 years old. He was traveling with his family for 16 years, which is amazing. And I'm not going to lie, Steven and I, we are lovers of God and Jesus.
Yeah, amen.
Amen. And so they went around and preaching, and I was a little worried for him because he sang Happy by Pharrell, and I didn't know how that was going to turn out because I feel like this song is a little bit hard to sing to actually hear good vocals in, just because I don't want to call it an easy song, but it's kind of an easy song.
It totally is. That's funny you say that. As soon as he announced what song he was going to sing as he was walking on stage, and I didn't hear him, I was like, this is a horrible song choice.
Right.
It's a bad song choice because it's the coach's song. That's always a risky. It's a hit or miss. And again, the song doesn't give you enough material to really go ham on it. It's an easy song to just kind of coast through. So I was like, this kid just is not setting himself upright. But when he did it, and because it was a song that didn't give you all that much to do with, and what he did with it, It was absolutely amazing. He nailed it. He killed it. Even Pharrell's note was, you sang the song way better than I did, which is obviously true. I mean, Pharrell's more of a producer than a vocalist, but I loved it. I mean, his story is great. I thought his voice was fantastic. I thought there was a lot of range, a lot of different notes. So it's going to be really exciting to see what Pharrell does with him and works with him and tweaks it.
I agree. He does end up choosing Pharrell. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, I'm just playing. But my thing was that he had mentioned prior to him singing, he's like, I want to know what they think about like what I do to this song. I didn't think he did too much different to it. However, he might have, implemented a little more vocals into it, which I did love. And regardless of it not sounding as different from the original, I did hear his voice. I did hear what he was delivering. There was something about him that was really wonderful, very beautiful. And Pharrell chose him. I really like that Pharrell said, should you dare to do so, sing that song that you first sang,
Jesus
which was
Loves Me.
Jesus Loves Me.
Yo, that gave me chills.
Damn. Here's the thing, though.
That sealed the deal right there.
It really did. It really did, because had he not given that good performance for Happy, and then none of them chose him, and then he had mentioned that and then sang it, I bet you all of them would have regretted it.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
But the fact that The Voice gave him that time on the show.
That's always the best.
And showed that. The Voice, the producers know, like, yo, this is something special. This bit right here is gold, TV gold, and it was.
And it's always when you know that the coaches kind of think that they have a little bit extra, so they don't mind asking them to sing more, because it'll only benefit The Voice as a show. So that was great. He did choose Pharrell. We're really excited to see what happens with that. I personally think right now, because of his passion, and I'm not being biased because, he was repping this guy. Yeah, he was, just because of that. But I do think he's going to go quite far. And this is the first person that I've thought that since we've started the season last week.
He's got a star by his name in my notes. If you get a star by your name.
Me too.
That's a big thing. That is a big thing.
Next we have Asia. She's saying Say Something, and unfortunately she didn't get picked, which was quite unfortunate because she said, right before she sang, she said, if they don't pick me, then I'm good.
Did she say that?
She did.
Really?
She said I was kind of done. Like
winner's attitude.
Right. I agreed, but she was saying that she's like, because I've done everything else.
Yeah.
I think that it was a poor sport attitude. At the same time, I thought that it was a little charming because she was being realistic and saying, I'm an adult. I have other things to do.
Yeah. There's other things I can do as well.
But at the same time, like, you have to think about, as much as we should follow our dreams, which I'm an advocate for, I promise you. I live in Los Angeles. Everyone always says, just never give up, never give up, never give up. But at the same time, you got
to be realistic.
Realistic and live your life and be prosperous and have abundance in your life and be happy in other places, because you shouldn't limit yourself.
For sure.
Right? So anyways, she didn't make it. I thought she had a wonderful voice. It was very deep. I felt like she felt it. However, when she was singing, I was like, damn, but are the coaches going to feel it? Did you feel it? Did you think she should have had a turn?
So,
you think she should have maybe had one turn?
I think that she just should have picked a different song. Adam's note was that, when you do a song with just the piano and that's it that goes along with the song, you leave us to judge your voice big time. Your voice is being very, very critiqued. You're naked up there.
Right.
And that's what it was. When you look at the other contestants that go up there with a live pop-in, Bruno Mars, or a hot song, they have so much other stuff going on with all the other music and all the other instruments going on that it just kind of gives, for the most part, not every time, gives more of a performance and more of a sound. Here, because I think she had a nice voice, but I didn't think it was great to pick a song that's gonna just totally rely on just the voice and not have any other sound with it.
Right. And she didn't show us too much range either, so sorry, Asia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a big surprise there.
Not a big surprise.
Yeah, she didn't get other coaches.
Next we had Britney Kennels from Montreal, Canada. Okay. I liked this girl. She was wonderful. She was beautiful. She kind of looked like an Anna Kendrick to me. However...
Is that Gwen Stefani?
Thank you. Thank you. I don't even remember what the hell the song was because they distracted me on that, and it just...
Strong Enough.
Strong Enough. Thank you. Strong Enough. There you go. She sounded beautiful, but I 100% did get distracted with that comment. One, because I'm low-key jelly. I love Blake Shelton. And you know what?
On the gossip.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm like, you know what, Gwen? I need you to back off real quick because that's my man. But I'm just playing.
Ease up, girl.
It was just funny to see Blake like turn with the quickness. The second she was like, oh, it sounds like Gwen.
Boom. Was it? Is it who? Oh, no? Okay.
Right? I was like, bro, relax. It's not her. Okay? She's not there.
Is so funny. He's hilarious. There's never a dull moment with Blake. He's always got something quick, witty, and funny to say that's so on point.
Baby, that's that Southern charm.
Southern thing.
You don't know about that? I mean, I know Pensacola.
I got some of that. Come on now. Ain't no thing to turn on that Southern twang.
Right. Stevie here, he's Pensacola, Florida.
Redneck Riviera.
Hey. So he might know a little bit about that, but he don't know the Oklahoma Southern charm like Blake does.
I don't know Okie.
Anyways, but regardless, she had a very unique voice. I loved it. She did sound wonderful.
Loved it. She
I was
sounded
distracted with the other stuff, but
going on with it, yeah, that kind of added to the element of like, oh, she's got to get picked now because there's that connection.
Mm-hmm.
Was she from Oklahoma too? Was she one of the ones? Was she
No.
an Okie? There was 2 Okies.
There was 2 Okies. I feel like I wrote down the other Okie, but if I didn't, my bad.
She might have been one. Tweet us. Let us know if she was.
Right.
I thought she kind of sounded like a little bit of like, I thought like, immediately when I heard her voice, I thought Dixie Chicks doing the cover of Landslide.
Yes.
It's a landslide.
Yes.
I
agree.
love that. Beautiful.
It was just really unique. It was nice. It wasn't too artistry where it sounded like everyone else who tries to sound that way. But she deserved this part. Let's see what she does further, because if she only sounds like that, then it's not going to work out for her.
I think that she does. Well, she will have a broad audience.
Right. She has to be a good performer, though, because as much as I love Gwen Stefani, and I promise you, I'm not saying this just to hate, her vocals only go with the way that she presents herself.
Yeah.
For example, that last song, something about You Made Me Miss You, it's just her performance and the way she does it and sings that it makes it sound good. But if you focus on her voice, they're not the best vocals.
Yeah.
But she's had so much experience, it doesn't matter. And you could say the same thing about Jennifer Lopez.
Came out of like No Doubt. She had that whole
that's
like kind of like tough,
and that's
punk,
rock, so
fun
it's different voice.
Oh yeah, J-Lo's the same. I mean, she got the big booty. She shakes it. She's Latina.
She's the most incredible performer, but are her vocals always there?
Oh, I mean, it's a performance.
It is.
You know what I mean? As a total package. So, like you said, let's see how far she goes.
Yeah. Next, we have Natalie Yakovasi. Yakovasi, sorry for saying that like super Latina right now, but she's from Chicago. She had auditioned prior, so this was her second audition.
Season 9, she was in. She's back.
She did.
Just last season.
Maybe she was smart to start with a song that was so aggressive in the beginning. But all my notes were strong and happy. I don't think I liked the rest of it.
I thought it was an awesome song choice because
for the beginning or for what?
Out the top.
Okay.
At the top of the gate. It was a great song choice because she got to show a lot of range. She got to show a lot of power. It was a song that you can connect with emotionally and really give your heart into it. What else did I say? Yeah, I mean, I thought Christina was going to jump on her early. But Christina waited.
knows powerhouse voices.
But Christina went to pick, but it was too late. This was the one where she was
right, at the very end.
Oh, shoot,
and it
she
was
didn't
late.
get it.
But maybe
So
she did it just to
wanted
play
it.
off of it. Who knows? Sometimes I wonder if the coaches are like, no, I'm going to steal them later.
Just to hold it and
Just
then
to
try to
hold
go
it,
for
who
him?
knows? Because they might want other people on their team to eliminate. I feel like their strategy sometimes is like, oh, this will be my throwaway later.
Yeah.
Like I'll
it's
pair them
not
with someone that I
I'm
really
gonna-
want to keep.
Not someone who's like a top priority, but I will go after them and try to steal them later.
You see, and this is the thing
Yeah.
about The Voice that's so tricky to me because I feel like you can manipulate the entire thing. And again, y'all know I'm an advocate for the other show, but
We don't speak of that other show on here.
not on here. Even though on the other show, I be talking about only because
That's part of the fun too. It's like who's going to steal from who and the competition of it all. I mean, that's part of the bit, part of the show.
It is, okay,
You know?
whatever. So for people who like competitiveness on team levels, then okay. Regardless, as far as The Voice goes, we'll see. Next we have Malik.
Do you think they might wait for someone to work out a kink in their voice or like figure out where they're going or like what their personal sound is before they try and steal them? Like if you let Blake work with somebody and then
Sure, I think
let
a lot
them
of
do all the
Yes.
fine tuning and then just come in and swoop them when they're ready to
That's
go and put them on your
another
team.
level of craftiness.
I think that, and more so specifically, that's our engineer, my boy James.
Hey, yo.
I think so. I think they do that in regards to, like, okay, for instance, let's say they're sitting there and one person turns their chair first. If they're not exactly sure, they let them stay there. Whereas if no one turns their chair, but they need them to be in the competition, then they'll turn it.
And you also saw, like, if someone turns, you saw, like, Christina
They look at each
looking
other.
at Adam, and Adam's, like, so focused on
What do
her.
they think?
But she was, like, going to Adam, like, yo, what does her face look like?
It's a
What does
poker
this look
face.
like?
It's like, no,
And Adam
stop
gave a
paying
poker
attention
face.
to them.
Exactly. Like,
Pay
if you're
attention to
gonna,
what you think.
If you want the info, you got to turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm gonna say an American Idol says they do like a unison thing. They just say what it is at the time, and that's it. And you just have to work with it. They're not. As much as they are focused on the voice, sometimes I'm like, okay, it's so much team strategy. Like, are you paying attention to the entire package? Because both of these shows are either, is it a singing show or a
Artist show. As like
no. JC Rubio always says it perfectly. Or a singing show competition. Or no, a singing competition or a singing show. Kind of a thing. Who knows? Who cares? Whatever. I said it incorrectly. It doesn't really matter. Next,
But the way that it is, though, just real quick, the way that it is set up, though, I really enjoy seeing these huge megastars sell themselves to these unknowns. Work with me. You got to work with me. I will take you here. I can do that.
Okay.
I've worked with such
the pitching process.
That's a lot of fun for me.
I'll give that to you.
In the show.
Sure.
Whereas American Idol, that other show, they don't have that aspect of the show. So I agree with you. I mean, is the show really about the voice? Really about like the whole package
different.
or whatever? So, yeah.
I get it. You know what? That's the first time anyone's ever shown me the other side. There's a pitching process and there's a
You got Christina
work for it
Aguilera
process.
begging some unknown girl, say, I can take, please choose
Yeah,
me. I mean,
you're
that's,
right.
that's pretty cool.
You're right. So next we have Malik Heard. We heard you, Malik. He sang Chains. Great song choice because I love Nick Jonas all day, every day. But nice runs and that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
I thought his lung capacity was huge. God, he gave out one note, like at the top of his lungs for probably, I mean, they only showed it for like 12 seconds for us.
Right here.
but, I
This
mean,
is the part that I liked. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, he's real smooth. He's real slick. It's a dope song coming in. You can have fun with it, play with it. Kind of got a little Neo sound.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And his run is good. It's good. I've heard better. But that's my point. It's like it was a good song choice because Chains is great, and I feel like Chains was a song that was just underestimated from the start. I mean, I remember blowing that up and trying to share it the second it came out, and it didn't come on the radio until a year later. Like Kiss FM played it a year later.
Really?
After I was sharing it on my Facebook.
That's a hit.
That's what I'm
It's a
saying.
mega hit.
But it just depends on what people are feeling and what they hear
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. So I liked how he sounded. I hear the potential, but this is someone definitely that I'm going to be like, let me see what else you can deliver, because as far as the vocal ability goes, it was very standard, meaning not that he sounds bad. He has a great voice, but I wasn't like really connected. Like this
Blown
song,
away.
if you deliver it the way that Nick does, you're going to connect somewhat just because again, this is like Nick Jonas wouldn't do a song unless he was passionate about it. So I'm only going to give him that because of the song choice.
Right. It was really interesting, too, to see Pharrell and Christina kindly compete for him.
Right.
There was no ruthlessness to try to get him. There was no, like, you got to work with me. Until the end, it got a little
Right, they did that whole
competitive or
greenhouse,
whatever.
flower,
Yeah.
all that other stuff because they weren't really sure. That
But
was
in the
that was
beginning, they were
charming.
like, Pharrell's like, yo, you know, you'd be good with Christina because she's this, and this. And she was saying the same about him. So it almost felt like the coaches were like, okay, if I get him, cool. If not,
Yes.
kind of a thing.
Yes,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
So it's like,
If I get him, okay,
hopefully you don't
cool.
choose me.
If not, I'm cool too.
Right. But they have to make, guess what?
You
They
think
have to make the show entertaining. That's my point. I bet you sometimes
They
once
turned around and were
too
like,
soon,
ooh.
and then they keep hearing, and they're like, dang,
And
I
then
have
they
to give up.
saw the
then-
package, and it wasn't.
And then they have to give a pitch, and they have to say what they have to say to be kind, and then see what happens. That's my thing.
Yeah, they got to justify
And then
why
what
they
happens
turned
is
around.
that then battle rounds, they're gonna pair them with whoever like just eliminates them. Like, let me just see someone prosper, and that's it. Sorry, I'm like with my hands right now.
Yeah, we're getting deep in the voice right now.
And we only got the two of us.
We're getting deep.
I told you. He was like, we gonna make it this quick. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk for a while.
Might get into some things.
So yeah, homeboy Malik chose X Tina.
Yep.
That's how I wrote it.
Come
here.
hard next week, bro. Pick another dope song. Come hard.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But then we got homegirl Payton Parker. She sang Dreams, which kind of was like, I don't know. She reminded me of Jules. She reminded me of Sarah Bareilles. She reminded me of
Another Dixie Chicks landslide.
Another Dixie Chicks. Honestly, actually, with the exception of the other girl sounding a little more unique, same thing.
Yeah.
The exact same voice.
It's very, very similar. Why did all three coaches?
Forgive me, but that's like that
turn?
white girl Southern cute voice. Like, I'm a pretty white girl now. I can give you this voice. Like,
so good.
Get out of here. Like,
where's the button?
Shut up. No, but that's the thing. So I'm like, it's a very familiar voice. Blake. I mean, I see where you're going, Blake. I get it.
That's funny. That's a really good note you just gave. Yeah, it's very cliche. The voice. That voice. And it's very similar to another contestant that we have on here. I was really surprised that 3 coaches turned around right away. Well,
because when you sound like that, you sound like some of the greatest. You sound like Jules, Sarah Bareilles, Alanis Morissette. You sound like, what's that girl that sings something about I can give you Rogaine. I don't even know. Something about Rogaine and hair and like, I don't know. Oh my God.
I don't know.
That was such a bad description of it. But whatever. It's all these, unfortunately, typical.
But if you've heard it so much, why is it getting picked over and over again?
Because these are all great. These are all women who are successful and have
notoriety,
wonderful songs. No, they're good. They're good. It's a good voice. You cannot say, like, if you heard her sing. You just can't go wrong with it. If you heard her sing, you would never be like, you don't sound good, girl. You'd be like, damn, you sound good as. But my whole thing is that if I was sitting there, I'd be like, okay, homegirl, I love you, but I've heard this before. Yeah. Let me see, where's the different note? Where's the run that I might want to hear from you that maybe this other girl couldn't deliver?
It's like when you go to a Mexican restaurant and you order the fajitas. You can never go wrong with the fajitas.
But what place has the better fajitas? Chili's or El Coyote off of fucking, or excuse me.
El Cholo.
El Cholo. El Coyote has a good one too off of
Okay,
Third Street.
Yeah, Third Street. Is it Third? Third Street.
Third Street.
Yeah, Payton, you got lucky with 3 coaches right away. Nice voice, but excited to see her voice grow.
Hey, real quick though, that was a fantastic comparison.
What?
The fajitas.
Yeah. You like that?
Like so many.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere, but I'm just saying it's good you have to decide like what's better though.
Yeah.
The flavor, the spices.
Add the guacamole or no?
Yes.
Gotta pay for the guacamole. Always pay for the guacamole.
Anyways, so we'll see what happens with Payton. I'd love to see Payton and the girl prior, Britney Kennels, which was the other one that had that like really unique voice.
Go up against one another.
Go against one another, and let me hear them sing a song that's not so
in their wheelhouse.
Soft to them. Yes, like something a little bit more powerful, something that may pressure them to project a little bit more, or just show us a little more. So we'll see.
Show me something.
Show me something.
Yep.
Okay. I was mediocre about the last
Kristen?
3 people, but next we have Kristen Marie. I loved this girl.
So good.
Loved her so much. 2 reasons. 1, her voice. 2, Mad World. You have to be brave, girl. When Adam Lambert sang, this is the last person I heard sing this song so good was Adam Lambert on American Idol. The beginning of this, but this is also a powerful song. This is a song that I feel like really touches people from the beginning. You know, the song that you want to hear, like if you're sad and you're just like, damn, I just want to hear a good song, like.
I have goosebumps right now hearing it again. I had goosebumps when we were watching it. I had goosebumps right now. She's a very cute girl, redhead, pretty face. Sounds a little bit, I kept thinking Lana Del Rey, Lorde.
But those are 2, they're different. I mean,
deeper, darker artists.
Yes, they are, but they also have different styles, and I don't know. There's just something about the way she sang it that was so good. And honestly, it was that first note. Had I been one of those judges, that would have been that moment which I cannot believe they did not do. I would have hit my button right away.
How did they not turn around right away?
Maybe for the sake of the show. Sometimes I wonder if like they have the producers in their ears.
Yeah.
Real low.
I hope not for that sake. Because I do want to see I really hope they are not controlled with how quick they got to turn around or who can't turn around this time because you've had too many team members and you might get picked on this one. So Team Blake, chill out for a couple.
No, that has to be it because they have to favor some of them.
Because there is a possibility Adam could get every contestant if that were to happen. I mean,
or Blake because he's
team loads
a
up with,
champion player on The Voice.
Sure. So
Or
they gotta. Everyone has to get a piece of the pie.
This is the only thing that this is why I like this group of judges. Even though when Gwen was on, there was a lot of people who looked up to her as far as No Doubt goes, as far as like that first girl like in the band and everything else. But what I like about this group of judges is that we have the country singer that's everything. The pop singer, Adam over here, who was also everything. I mean, people can't stop talking about, what's the Jane album? Something about
Adam's
songs about Jane.
Got the
whatever. That's it. No, but I'm just saying, like his past album. Everyone knows Maroon 5. We have Pharrell, who's the producer, and then we have Christina, who's the
powerhouse.
diva. The diva.
Modern day Whitney Houston.
No one can sing like her.
I know.
So when someone like this comes on, like you really, or anyone, like you have to really think, like what are they doing? What is it that they're thinking about? But fortunately, at the end, which blows my mind, 3 of them turned.
At the very end. That blew your mind? That 3 people turned?
But at the end.
At the end.
Here's the other thing, though, too. Sometimes I wonder if they're paying attention to the crowd, which pisses me off about the crowd. I'm like, F the crowd. Dang, I'm saying F now. Again, I have to apologize for that F-bomb earlier tonight.
Yeah, we love JC, F the crowd. I mean, the irony. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but I'm just saying,
what about
like,
the crowd? The crowd's the crowd.
If you listen to the beginning, James, will you replay that, the beginning part?
Why are you hating on the crowd?
Because they didn't make any noise. And a lot of times, they literally sit there just to see the reaction of the crowd. She starts singing,
I feel like it's just something for the coaches to look at. You think the coaches are picking off of what the crowd is doing?
Yes, because I saw all of them like, look at no one, you don't hear anything. I would have been
it's
there
a
like,
slow song.
Yeah!
Yeah, but...
No, but we've heard other slow songs. The whole point is that to be chosen there. So they cheer for what they like. And they don't say anything to her until they think they hear a trick.
I agree with you.
Even here, they don't say anything. You hear nothing from the crowd.
This song is one of the songs, like you said, that captures you at the top.
So maybe they're quiet.
And it's like a song you would hear like in a slow, like Game of Thrones tragic moment type of thing. So
any like Gladiator, any tragic moment, it's a film score.
When she came on, I was like, huh? Full attention.
Ditto.
It would be hard for me to be like, yeah, woo, crazy, because again, that song just like took me and
there's no way there wasn't one person in that crowd that's not like me that have been like, yes, girl, get it, girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I can see your point. I mean, I could see them.
I mean,
coaches
I feel like sometimes in other shows, people will be like, you had the crowd was quiet. You had them attached. You had them connected. Where sometimes like, let me see the reaction. But like, where weren't they paying attention to that reaction? I honestly feel like, and it bothered me a little bit, that once the crowd started hyping up on a different level, that's when she got some of her turns. She was impeccable to me from the beginning, but then it was like about a minute into the song that she did a note in her first run that was incredible, but still no reaction. And that just like cracks me up because it's like, I promise you right now, if she does any other song the way she did Mad World, she's gonna go further than everyone prior.
I think she's going further regardless, and we might have to agree to disagree here because I think that the crowd can be totally connected and not be verbalizing it.
Right, but I'm gonna say that it's not that they're not connected, but that the judge is still based on that.
True. I don't think it was the turn. I don't think it was the case.
You're right. I'm wrong.
You made a strong argument.
I'm gonna just say that I'm wrong.
And it's not that you're wrong.
I'm just being passionate about
opinionated.
Kristen. I really like her.
It's opinionated. You're not wrong. Well, you might be. But it's your opinion.
She sounded amazing. I got chills in the booth listening to that.
Just the second she sang.
And I love that song from Donnie
good.
Darko. And that was the instant. As soon as I heard it, I just thought Donnie Darko.
Exactly. And that's the reason why I love it. And I'm so happy that you brought up Donnie Darko because That's the thing about what I said, like the last time. The only other time I've heard this song sang so well was Adam Lambert. Before Adam Lambert was the film Donnie Darko. Because Donnie Darko is so dark and twisted, but sometimes people couldn't kind of identify it. That's why, like, if you're going to sing it, you have to sing it well. The fact that she did and chose it for her audition song was like, damn, girl, kudos. So it pisses me off that, one, she didn't get 4 chair turns, and 2, that it didn't happen as quick as it was supposed to.
Maybe it's because the fans were all in awe of just
That's
how
what I'm
Which is what he's saying.
And
but,
they were just like
but it
standing there
Completely
but it
like,
bothers
whoa.
me that the judges didn't recognize that. I think they want. It's like, get out of here.
I don't know. I feel like these judges, they're professionals, big time superstars.
They should
I feel
know.
like
They should
they know what's up.
That's what makes me think about the producers.
Regardless,
I think they try to play us.
she's on the show with team who? Christina, and
She
this girl.
She chose Christina.
Yeah, you better watch. This girl's going far, regardless. If she
Oh yeah, my
got 4
bad. You know what?
coaches
I
or
don't even
1
think we
coach.
mentioned the other ones. For the record, Payton chose Blake, Malik chose Christina, and Natalie chose Adam. I think we said the other ones.
Yeah, because Adam was the only one to turn on Natalie.
Yes.
Christina was late.
I know. I feel like this season no one's trying to be on Adam's team.
What's up with that?
Who knows?
Christina and Blake,
Next,
tough
we
night.
have a bit of a surprise factor. It was a little bit weird and kind of confusing for
You sang a
for
country
Steven
song.
and I. We're like, are you guys being like low key racist or
I
what's
feel like
going
that
on?
was a little bit of a racist comment when Blake turned around, saw he was a black guy with dreads, and said, "You sang a country song."
Right. Evan Taylor Jones. He sang Hometown. The one thing I will give them was the factor of confusion, where they heard something in his voice. And the reason why I might be incorrect about it is because we saw him visually. So that's the reason why we're like, no, he's singing it great, so we don't think anything of it. However, if you're only listening to it, you might hear that this person is just, I'm sure they didn't think like race, ethnicity, or anything like that, but they think like, oh, does he normally sing country? Because usually people who sing country, they're from the country. They have a slight twang to them, not always, but if they're from there, they deliver that passion, that soulfulness, that love, if you will, that country people have. The way that Blake always tries to preach about country music. The Tuesday night show, they have an argument about he tries to win someone over, and I can't remember the contestant, but he said, it's so important to keep country. And then Adam argues, no, because music is music. But what I agree with Blake is that there are some genres of music that should be kind of held, not just because it's only country only. You could be any race singing country as long as you sing country the way that it's supposed to be sang, if you come from that place. The same way that you can't just like remix classical, like, you have to capture that the Bach and Chopin and like Tchaikovsky, like you have to capture the way that they did. It's passionate and it's emotions and feelings.
Yeah.
So I get that. And I feel that that's what maybe these judges were confused about, because they were just thinking, are you just trying to trick us by having a good voice and singing country music? And that's why if you hear the comment that Blake says at the end, he goes, I can't help it if everyone wants to be on my team.
Yeah,
like low key, I think they were like, oh damn, this guy just sang this song right now to get on Blake's team.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely trying to turn something on, and it's funny, all 4 judges had basically the same note.
Yeah.
In that we were a little bit confused.
Yeah.
And are you normally an alternative singer or what? But the show's too good and the competition is too good for you to come out and step outside of your comfort zone or your genre on your first audition.
Like, do what you do. But the only, my only argument, that was my foot. My only argument with that is that we don't know. I mean, to be perfectly honest, towards the end there, we were running a little bit low on time, so we didn't really see his backstory before I put my foot in my mouth. We don't know Evan's what
his deal is,
because he could easily just want to sing country. If he doesn't deliver it well, then he didn't deserve to be on it.
I thought he sounded a little bit like Darius Rucker.
Right.
I immediately felt like a little Hootie and the Blowfish, a little Darius Rucker type vibe, plays the guitar. And a nice little presence with that, and a nice appeal, a nice look too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't catch all the backstory on it.
Exactly.
But
so maybe that would add to it. But regardless, from what we heard, I would have to agree a little bit,
the
which I think helps.
The competition's
because
too
sometimes
good.
backstory ain't nothing, man. That's the one thing. Is like I wish we just wouldn't focus on that because it does play a little part. Next we have Nate Butler, which Evan got chosen by no one. But next we have Nate Butler, who sang "The Walk."
He was the one that was a busboy, right?
Yes. Why'd you say?
This guy had so many different notes. His falsetto was great. I feel like he can do so many things with his voice. This is a great song to showcase what he's got. His coach, Team Adam, great choice, similar sound. He's gonna have fun with him. He can put him, I feel like this guy could be a solo singer, he can be in a group, he can support. I feel like he's just got a lot of range and a lot of different angles in the way he can utilize his voice. So, one, I think he's a strong player to have on your team as a coach. And yeah, he got 3 coaches to turn around for it. And then Adam waited till the very end to pick him. But I thought he was awesome. I liked him.
I disagree.
Really? What didn't you like?
Okay, Nate was great. I couldn't help but like he had some soul, and I couldn't decide whether or not I'm like, are you mimicking or are you delivering what you feel? And it was a little bit karaoke to me, where
I think that was nerves.
It could be. Here we live in Los Angeles. I do go to some karaoke bars. I never sing because I don't do. Well, I mean, I like to sing, but I don't do karaoke. But my thing is that in very specific karaoke bars, and one of my buddies who is like from a boy band, and he does it, and like so people love to go and actually like showcase their voices. I hear this all the time, and it cracks me up because I will hear voices that are off the hook, but they're sometimes just trying to sound the way that they want to sound the way that they hear the music that they love. And when you hear something repetitively, like, I think I can sing Man in the Mirror real good, but I'm only mimicking it, you know? So it was a little bit like that for me. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I hear your notes. I hear that you're hitting them. And so I'll give you that. Yes, you got the turn. I'm happy that you went with Adam, but that's all I'm going to give you.
Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, there was one guy. Who's the guy who sang Happy?
Yeah.
The guy who sang Happy,
He
like,
was
to go to your
amazing.
point. I mean,
Brian,
he made
Nhira.
it his own. He wasn't mimicking Pharrell at all. He totally made it his own and did his and sang it really well.
It was more than karaoke, like
way more.
Because even though he didn't rearrange it too much, but it was something else that you were captured by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made it his own. Yeah.
Okay, great. Good. I'm glad that's what you think. So anyway, Nate went with Adam. And then last but not least, another team member of Adam. Now, we have Ryan Quinn, who's saying, "Can't find my way home."
I wrote range in all capital letters.
Like, you liked it, or you didn't think it was there?
Range. I thought dude had some range. He's a music teacher.
He sounded
25,
beautiful.
Lyme disease.
Oh, the Lyme
Nice.
disease. We can't be dropping that, though.
I know, but we
that's the
call
thing.
it,
I'm one of those people that it's like, it's a backstory, but I know people who have things in their lives like Lyme disease or worse. And the one thing that I love and I appreciate about them, even though The Voice, they make you talk about it, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want a pity party. They're like, please don't identify me to what I have.
That's the producer saying, so
That is the
what's
producers.
wrong with you?
100%.
What do you have?
Yes,
you want to
that's
be on the
100%
show?
producers
Give
thing.
me something to sell you. And that's, well, I got
But
this
it bothers
Lyme
me that
disease.
I'm like, damn, you got Lyme disease, but you sound real good.
I know.
You know? So he did sound great. My biggest thing, too, is that he looks great. There's something about him. His look is super cool.
Good looking guy.
I want to hear more of his voice. I want to hear what else he can deliver, and I want to see more of their stage presence now. Like, ultimately, that's what it's going to be. For some of the people who I kind of like don't like, I'm like, okay, now once they have their background and their makeup and their wardrobe,
Let's see the
what am I
performance.
going to feel after that?
Yeah.
So that's one of the people that I'm like, you sounded good right now, but it may have just been the introduction.
It's a whole nother element when they get to the performing stages
Yes.
of it. I thought he was good. He was good to great, all the way through. And then at the end, that song gave him the opportunity to really belt. And I felt like I'd watched him just go, okay, here we go. And just like laid it all out
He
there to
did.
close
You know what?
the song out.
You saw him. I agree.
Like, he's like, all right, I'm gonna give him something, and hit it. And I was like, okay, cool, why not? At this point, you already had some people turn. Like, what do you got to lose? Like, show him some more range. All 4 coaches turned. He went with Team Adam.
Yeah.
They were solid. He'll be
So
a contender.
tonight we had 2 people go to Pharrell, 2 go to Blake, 3 go to Adam, and 2 go to Christina. And that's where we're at right now. It was a pretty good show. On that note, we're going to go ahead and go into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
My friend, I would like you to choose 2 people.
I definitely have one, and I'll pick another one too. My first one is Man with a Star by his name Brian from Zimbabwe. Right? Homeboy killed it. I loved his I won't say story because that's anti Stephanie over here. But yeah, he killed it. He made a nice rendition of the song and made it his own. And then just that last bit again when he sang that Jesus Loves Me, that was just a nice time slot in the show to showcase what you really got.
Yes. And to do it on the spot. It was beautiful.
So let's do this. I'm going to pick one, you pick one, then come back to me and I'll pick another one.
Okay, good. Well, because you already said my first, I will say my second.
Okay.
Kristen Marie.
Yeah.
How much you on her, Steffi G?
So much. Loves her. But her and Brian, I'm going to go ahead and just say my 2. Brian and Kristen on this episode. Mad World. Kristen killed it. Brian killed it. And to be perfectly honest, Brian, I loved. I promise you. But to like, as far as my performance wise goes, like the one that was like, whoa, was Kristen tonight. Like, whoa.
Okay, I could easily pick Kristen as my number 2, but I won't.
Because you don't want to disagree, even
because
though
I won't.
For the sake of this show.
I'm going with my busboy, Nate Dogg.
What?
Nate Dogg's. I thought he had so many different notes. I thought his voice was a lot of fun, and I'm just excited to see where it's gonna go. I just think he can do so many things, and I think that your critiques. I think that he had some nerves tonight on some of your critiques.
Your critiques were incorrect.
No.
So please, girls, stop talking.
I just think he had some nerves tonight, and I think Adam is really gonna. I'm just excited to see where he goes.
Yes.
Don't let me down.
I won't, or he won't.
Nate, yeah. Don't let me down. I believe in you, Nate Dogg. Come on.
Okay, that's great. So that's what we have for you for tonight's episode. Next week, actually, you know what? They gave me their schedule, so I honestly couldn't even tell you who's going to be back. But Jason for sure will be here. I'm not sure if Christian will be here. Otherwise,
I'll be here.
Where can they find you on social media, babe?
You can find me at Stephen Helmkamp. Thank you all for tuning in tonight.
Excellent. Sure. And you can find me on Twitter at Stephanie Giorgi, on Instagram at The Stephanie Giorgi, and here at the same time next week for The Voice After Show. Bye, guys.
See you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.